Let's get ready to rumble! Bow, wow, 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 wow. Welcome to another episode of Tales from the Crypt. I am your hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix, spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil, messenger of God, child of God, the Lilith reincarnated, currently working through my Hecate. In order to keep up with me, you can't. You would have had to catch last night's videos, this morning's posts. Oh, and I threw a short in there just for fun. We have a new person. Everybody raise your lighter up to this person and, hope that they can make it through the dark night of the soul. It's Thursday. It's a thirsty Thursday. It's a Jupiterian day. We're in Jupiter. This is my day. It's my favorite day. I always tell everyone, get at me on a Thursday. It's the day of Sagittarius, expansion, love, growth, all that good stuff. Last Thursday we didn't look so perky. But we're looking good. It's feeling good. How you feeling? The stars are aligning for me, so I'm going to pull the cards, get a spiritual growth spread on us, and see where we're growing, where we need to focus. And actually, I'm just looking for confirmation to all the goodness I already feel is coming in. This goes back to yesterday. Wolfman shared a video about tarot, and he's like, can you read the cards for yourself? Yeah, if you get your ego out of the way. You have to be very true to yourself to be able to read the cards. Ooh, something fell out. Ha ha! Yes! Yes! Pull your swords out. Which one? Give me my sword. Ta-da! The Queen of Swords has arrived. We are actually going to finish up our suit of swords probably in an hour or so. I just need to shower and so. Well, we'll take an hour to do this, then I'll shower, then I do something else, and then I'll come back to this. We are going to finish our suit of swords. But we started that, so a good understanding of our swords would be Intro to Tarot, Part 8. We're going to finish up with Part 10, and then we'll end up the whole tarot deck with the wands. And I am the Queen of Wands. I'm going to show you how to use your willpower. But first, we're going to start with, using your mind power. I've shared a lot of unbelievable videos lately about the subconscious versus the conscious, and how I do all of these mystical things. And the basis of that is I started with my mind. I had to work through my mind to start all of this. So it all starts with your mind. For the new person, today is a wonderful day in the neighborhood, but tomorrow is going to be, the forecast is gloomy. What does that mean? It's Friday then. Saturday, Sunday, what? That is our time to shine, my friend. What is that? It's our trip into freaking the pits of our own hells, of our mind and our emotions. I am your guide, the goddess of hell, to teach you this trip. What's the trip? Well, Carl Jung, psychoanalyst Carl Jung described it. I take you through that shit every week, bro. Took him about 6 years. I don't know how long it's going to take you. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. In the essence, I don't know. What does that mean? We're going to we're going to hurt you. We will rock you. What is that? Oh, God. He's going to open your eyes to some crazy... Hey, I just want to point out... Sorry. I like to point shit out. Do you see... I know I ain't got the best camera. We've talked about this for years. Do you see the little... Yeah? And yeah? And yeah. Where'd this come from? I bought some earrings. My other one... It came with 2 crazy swords. One for my Kali, one for my Morgan. That was me too, in other lives. Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with you. Anyways, this, for the new person, we're going to start that tomorrow, which is, I'm going to break your mind. I do that all the time. In order to, walk in the spirit, you have to die to the flesh. I made a great video about that yesterday. It all starts with your intentions, the Ace of Swords. I had said 2 days ago that I had been washed clean, and I had nowhere to put my intentions. I had no intention of nothing. I had no reason to live. Not in a hopeless way, but, not in any direction. Like, what the fuck? Where am I supposed to go from here? Where am I supposed to put my intentions? What am I supposed to focus on, God? Well, this too shall pass. So yesterday, what had happened was, I had my appointment, so I was finishing up my applications what I could, because I have to do I have to make a very good attempt to try to get my situation, to fix my situation. So the day before yesterday, somebody was talking about a position that offered fucking housing. I was like, if you work for them, they have housing too. I was like, oh shit. So anyways, I got up on the internet to finish up some applications, and no shit, bro, like the phone heard her, or God, was speaking through all of this. That position was actually available. I was like, no way. So I put in the application, just to, have so many to turn in. And I went through the whole process, and before I knew it, they scheduled me for an interview today. And I was like, I didn't see that coming. I wasn't intending on that. My intentions were not on that. I mean, my intentions are all good. I'm trying to get a job and shit. But so, and out of nowhere, and it's an actual floating supervisor position is what they're looking for, which is way above the minimum wage, which was what I was looking for. So I have that appointment. I have an interview today at 1, which is New Beginnings, o'clock on a Thursday, where all good things come to be. So I'm hopeful, and that gives me something to hope for. Other than that, I don't really have any reason to live. Meaning I'm just kind of existing until God gives me a reason for existence. I'm not chasing. I'm attracting, I guess. I feel like I'm repulsing at this moment, to be honest. You're repulsing me. Oh yeah, and then there was that. What happened, guys? I mean, if you want to know, I already went through the dark night of the soul. I taught you what you're going to have to go through tomorrow is what happened. We have to do this shit all the time. I just came to an ultimate realization that we are not alike. It's not wasted. There's no such thing as wasted time. But if you continue to walk in something that you know is not fruitful, you are indeed wasting your life. So, I spent a lot of time investing into my twin flames, trying to invest in their healing and shit. These mofos are not healing. FOMOs. I called him a homo, to be honest. You freaking homo. In the essence, it's like, I did everything to tell them what was coming. Dude, if you don't stop this is what's going to happen. It's going to happen if you don't change from your evil ways. I didn't really say that. I said it in all kinds of different ways, but that too. You must leave. That's no longer... They don't fucking listen, bro. So, in essence, I'm out of the way, and all of this is about to come flooding up upon you. I've spent too much time holding this back from you, holding your karma back so you had a way out. That's what I teach you. How the fuck to get out of your karma. You got bad shit coming to you. The only way that you can get this off of you is to cut the cord to what it is that's coming at you. This relationship, God serves his karma through this relationship. God serves karma to you through this. Serves karma to you through your family. God serves karma to you through your life. If you want to get out of this karma, you have to leave the things that you're attached to in this life. You literally have the keys to the gates of hell and heaven right in your hands. But you're fear-bound. So, I spent a lot of time telling him, it's like, Lewis, if you don't fucking quit your job, you have no idea how bad this is going to end. If you don't fucking quit, and I told all my artists, quit making music and going on tour. This is not going to be good. God, he literally came out. That's when all these planes started falling. I promise you, it's in my videos, dude. He literally came out and told them he was going to crash their fucking planes. And for fucking every week since then, a fucking plane has fell out of the sky. Are we going to have some fucking Richie Valens happen? Possibly, bro. Why would I say something and see something and not apply? Oh, I was making it up? Shut the fuck up. So now we just sit around and wait to see whose plane goes down? Am I supposed to cry? Am I supposed to cry? Truly. Knowing is to prevent you from, you know what I mean, what comes next. So I tell you what I know. I tell you, look, bro, Bobby, if you don't leave this fucking wife, I don't give a shit. I don't even think you're good enough to be my husband. But if you don't leave this wife, dude, you're in this life, you are doomed, bro. Nate, if you don't leave this life and this wife, bro, you're fucking doomed. Right? All of them, bro. Fucking Marshall, if you don't leave your fucking friends in this music, you're fucking doomed. I have done this for so fucking long, bro. I am done. I let the floodgates out. I am not standing in the way of your fucking karma. I'm going to sit there and watch it get you. And all that means is I was the truth, and you chose to live a lie. This is going to be harsh. And that's what I told Ellie. I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to enjoy it. You know why? Because I worked too hard not to enjoy my work. My work was about telling you the truth. When the truth comes, I'm going to enjoy it. Regardless to what it does to you. I'm going to enjoy that God gave me the power to save you, and you did not take that power and save yourself. I am not going to revel in the fact that you did not take action on your own lives. That I did what was right and spent exactly the right amount of time trying to tell you how to try to empower you as the Dark Goddess. That's all I can do, bro. It's tell you how you can get out of your shit. So anyways, going back to that, in the middle of the night, it was like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, and I am out. No good will come to them. Why? Because of their intentions. We talked about it all yesterday. The video is called You Must Die to the Flesh to Walk in the Spirit. Let's talk about my intentions. God said, I'm going to get a job in a house. And that's funny because I told him I finally gave up, and then he said, and if he didn't, you know what I mean, in essence, he just gave me something to focus on today, just for today, right? I mean, what else am I doing? Well, and then I'm signing my kids up for summer camp. It's like a week camp, I think, at Estes Park. Ooh la la. And then I got to take my daughter out and get her ready for continuation. She needs a dress and makeup and heels and the whole fucking shindig. So, I mean, I have shit to do, but, you know, whatever. What are you doing today? I got a lot on the plate. And it's you go from nothing to plenty. That's how it is. From nothing to plenty. What am I looking for? Swords is the beginning. In the beginning. Alright. It literally starts in the beginning. This is the beginning of your journey, bro. I teach you through the intro to tarot that we walk through all of this. This is just a journey. So we're at the beginning. And I told you, we came to an end just to start all over again. What do you get? Knowledge and wisdom? So you don't make the same mistakes and you can break that pattern so you don't end up in the same place next time. That's all you can hope for. You're on a fucking loop, a time loop of destruction. Until you find a way, until you make a change, you're going in the same direction you always have been going. It's the absolute definition of insanity, doing the same thing, expecting different results. What am I doing? I did something different. Alright, all of the aces signify powerful bursts of... Okay, let me tell you how this whole story starts for the new person. Here's a little story. Alright, I've already told you how these cards work, but it starts with the Ace of Swords in my book. Then we start with our mind, and then we go straight into... I'm pretty sure our willpower. Let me double check. Yep, then we go into our willpower. After that, we go into our emotions. We take all of those three things, and then we put them into our reality. After we can do all that, then we get ready for the big challenges, which are the major leagues, the major arcanas. Okay? All of the aces signify a powerful... Oh yeah, I'm just going to start from the beginning. As the fool begins his journey, that was you at birth, or when you wake up, like me. The first thing he comes upon is the amazing sight in his hand, raising from a lake, bearing a sword. Where did I put my sword? Damn, I was playing around with it, and now I lost it. Is it in the book? Damn. Oh, I put it back. I really like these. I was excited. I got them at some fucking spiritual shindig 2 weeks ago or something. It was a Beltane ceremony. All aces... Oh, yeah, I keep trying to jump into this. Anyways, comes from the amazing... Yeah, the other world. He says, what is this? He wonders. This is the sword of air. A voice on the wind answers. The raw power of the element which relates to your intellect, filled with great potential, but as yet undirected. And that's me. Where am I supposed to go from here? Where am I supposed to put my mind power? A sword can be used for good or ill, and so can the mind. Your thoughts can make you ill, or they can heal you. You and only you control them. The power of the mind is one of the greatest forces in the universe, and it is only your thoughts that limit you. Thoughts are intentions set out into the universe, and mine are dangerous. I started fucking tornadoes the other day and shit. Mine are very dangerous. That's why it's like, I don't think. until God tells me where to put my focus. Because otherwise it's dangerous if I just be fucking thinking about stupid shit and creating shit. I'm a master manifester. Anything I think shall be. Thoughts or intentions set out into the universe. And that's why it's like, I'm not saying I'm going to get this job. Because if I say it, I'll have it. And what if it's not right for me? What if I just speak over my life when it's not the plan that God has on my life? I say that I'm open to this opportunity, God. If this is what you think is best, I am here to accept, you know what I mean, your blessing and your lesson. But you know what I mean? In the essence, that's how it kind of works. It's like, I'll put on my best, but I'm not going to, you know what I mean? I'm not praying for anything that God's not already giving me. Thoughts or intentions set out into the universe, and this is the first lesson you must learn, is the power of intent. All acts of magic begin with the mind, and the sword is used to direct intent. The sword points straight up, symbolizing true perception, and pierces the wreath and crown, which represents responsibility of decisions. Use it wisely. All right. All of the aces signify powerful bursts of raw energy and new beginnings. The Ace of Swords heralds a period of piercing insight, which may be momentous that it changes your worldly view entirely. I know, right? Those are called ego deaths, where you never saw it before. This fresh mental clarity means you are able to cut away confusion and old mental attitudes and make far-reaching decisions. This is the ideal time to put your ideas into action and seize opportunities. However, it may lead to conflict as you sever old relationships, connections, wounding those involved. Yeah, he's going to hurt. He already has a rejection wound, and I'm going to hurt him. He didn't deal with it, so now this is really going to hurt. And that's what's happening. You guys didn't deal with your shadows, so now your shadows are going to kill you, bro. Where? In your mind. They're going to drive you mad. And that's where I was trying to teach you guys yesterday about exorcising your demons, doing exorcisms and shit like that. It's your own darkness, bro. It's your own fucking shadows, bro, that they're going to come and feed off of. Which means what? They're going to bring to the surface your own neglects and rejections and regrets and abandonments and shames and embarrassments and humiliating moments that you don't want people to know. Well, you better deal with that. I teach you how to deal with it. I mean, I'm full of all these terrible, tragic stories. My life was such a tragedy. Hey, Kanye West, that doesn't kill you, makes you stronger. Alright, anyways, reverse. Your thinking is muddled and indecisive. You don't seem to know what it is you want or how you're going to get it. But you do know that everything seems to be going wrong. That could be the tower. That's God. Sit still, let it all break down. Instead of feeling frustrated, sit down, think about your goals, check all your facts very carefully, and set realistic step-by-step targets. That goes back to that video. What the fuck do you want out of this life? I just want to be happy. Okay, what does that look like to you? You want to have someone else's job. You want someone else's boyfriend. You want someone else's haircut. What do you want? What do you want? Be realistic. You could be taken in by a plausible or fraudulent advisor, so check the background and qualifications of any therapist, teacher, or financial expert before weighing things up carefully yourself. Yeah, don't fuck with people. They'd be like talking some shit. Yeah, you know what you should do? They're always trying to tell you how to live your life, where to put your money, your time, and your energy, who to love, what to eat, what time to go to bed, what you're going to do this weekend. Just live your life. Hey, that bitch is just having babies with her life, bro. I guess that's what you do when you become a billionaire, right? Just sit around having babies. I dig it. What else are you going to do? At least give your time and energy to your own peoples, right? In the essence, I get it. All right, where are we supposed to go from here? I don't know. Let me shuffle and see if anything falls out. Let's hang you upside down and see what comes out of your pockets. That's what I saw in my in my freaking third eye. Let's see. What do we got? Oh, it's the King of Cups. Well, this is mastering those emotions there, people. We went from your mind to your emotions. Very important shit. We went from starting your thoughts, but mastering your emotions once your thoughts start going. It's very dangerous. Very dangerous indeed. I can't wait to teach you all about the fire. Somebody call 911. All right, here you are on your journey. The fool enters the deep sea and meets the King of Cups. Uh-oh, I think this is Poseidon or something. I feel like I'm going to get bothered by this story. I am the Lord of the power of waters, the king tells him. If fire is the divine spark that gives vitality to the world, vitality, that would be me, the power of water allows your soul to receive it and nurture it into growth. And that's where you have to master this. It's like you have to master your fire and your waters. What is your waters? Your emotions. How do you... Let's don't wait till the waters... I'm hearing boys to men. Always these boys. Are you ever going to become men? Anyways, how do you master... Or how do you deal with your emotions? You let the waters run. You have to cry. That's the second biggest thing you got to do here. Can you cry? This is all about crying. How do you let out all these repressed emotions and thoughts and memories and feelings? All of this shit that's hurting you inside. There's only one way to let it out. There's two ways, but in the first way comes the second. You can yell and scream and shout and let it all out. But until you cry, you feel the pain, you're not healing. This is an extreme grieving process. Extreme. You have to be comfortable to cry, to let your feelings be felt. You don't hold them back. You know when you're about to cry. You say a quick warning, I'm going to cry. And you cry it out. This hurts. As I'm seeing this memory and I'm speaking of it, it hurts. And what comes out is the emotions of it in the form of water. I want to point out, I lost unbelievable amounts of weight. When I started this, this whole thing started because I was fat. Really? Well, in my eyes, yeah, I was fat and I was trying to start a music career. So they put me, I was doing all this stuff, and then they put me on a fucking weight loss program, and they gave me medications. They put me on fucking amphetamine, bro, which is doctors prescribed fucking meth, right, to give me energy. What it did is it was a stimulant to my brain. And it triggered what I already had as a personality disorder, and it fucked up with the functioning, and I was able to see this disorder. Oh fuck, they're gonna start calling me. I forgot to call my son in. They're gonna do that like 2 more times. I forgot to call him in. He didn't want to be part of continuation. I don't blame him. My daughter just wants to be part of all kinds of shit. He don't give a shit. Anyways, going back to it. So, I started processing all of these emotions and shit, and I lost unbelievable amounts of weight. I don't know what I weigh, but I can tell you by the sizes. I just kept losing weight. We could say that was water weight. I mean, I was doing a lot of outdoor activities. I was moving a lot. I have not, I do stuff, but not regularly, and I smoke and I eat whatever the fuck I've ever wanted. I don't be like, oh, that's unhealthy. I'll be like, is that going to give me booty burn or diarrhea or constipation? Is all I ever wonder when I eat this shit. Like, is this going to have a bad effect coming out of my body or going through it? It's all I ever really matter. My favorite thing is cheese, and I have to worry about that a lot. But in the essence, like, how'd you lose all this weight? Crying. It's like, so in essence, you could say it was a lot of water weight. Truthfully, I mean, yeah, there was adventures and stuff. Like, I had to, like, camp, and, I'd carry heavy stuff. I got to do laundry. Like, I'm a kind of butch because of the, physical shit. God broke my elevator, so I've been doing 10 flights of stairs 7 times a day for 3 weeks now. I didn't plan that. my ass and thighs are getting real good on this. Stupid stuff like that. I don't, physically try to do some shit. Like, I don't want to sweat. But in the essence, I lost hella weight, I think, just crying. I became a whole better person just crying about how sad my life was. I mean, I didn't cry at first. I was very angry, and I did a lot of explosion. I was in the fire before I was in the water. You realize, it's a grieving process. Your anger is how you channel this hurt. We're going to learn to, we'll feel the anger, but it really goes away quite quickly, and then you're just left of hurt, which are tears. And that's, I tell people, it's like, that's really all you gotta do. You really just gotta sit with yourself. Oh, Mom, you don't have to come something, I don't know. There we go with the school shit. You just have to sit with yourself and grieve. You have a lot of grieving to do. about things that you have bottled up. Motherfuckers. They're deadly. Your kids could never get away with ditching. Dude, I ditched like all of 7th grade. The fuck? Anyways, moving on. It's the hardest thing you'll have to do is just sit and let it flow out. But you deserve it. You've been holding up tears and anger and, built up feelings of, humiliation, shame, rejection, all kinds of shit, dude. You've been built up for a long, 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 long time. You're spiritually constipated, and you have to let the water flow. I'm seeing Wolfman. He said they're emotionally mushy. Oh, yeah. Don't touch me there. I will cry or I might scream. Why? I have a lot of built-up pain inside of here, dude. So, you can't even touch me. That's how, I'm that fragile. I mean, once you rip off this heart, you rip off your shell, you're very fragile. And that's okay, because you always were. Once you take off this, the building blocks that make you safe, your self-defense mechanisms, your outer shell, which makes you emotionally unavailable to people. When you really wear your heart on your sleeve, you're literally, you're Mr. Crab without a shell, and it's dangerous because anything can hurt you. But it's better to be that way, because when they see you coming with their armor, they're going to stab you harder. You know what I mean? In the essence, it's like I'm unarmed. I mean you no harm. I'm here literally naked. I have no reason to hurt you. Please don't hurt me. And that's kind of it, is, if you want to be met with kindness, you have to show your vulnerability too. You have to be kind, a certain kind of person. The emotions are just as hard as the mind, bro. Because they come from the mind. So you work through your thoughts and into these emotions. I had to do it the other way, where I would just get triggered and have all these emotions and no reason as to why I'm acting this way, because I didn't have memories. So I had to work through these emotions to trigger a memory. Memories trigger your emotions, usually, is how most mankind's work. Alright, anyways, let's go on. If fire is the divine spark that gives vitality in the world, the power of water allows your soul to receive and nurture it into growth. Water is a living thing, and humans have always honored it as sacred. It nurtures and sustains life, cleanses and regenerates. It has many forms, on page 100 and 101. From the sparking drop of a dew in the morning sun to the spray of mist, the life-giving river, the movement of the tides, the power of the seas, and the uterine waters of the womb, the blood in your veins, or the brew of initiation. Each drop of water is a part of the sea that contains within itself a whole nature of the sea. Likewise, your spirit is part of the divine, containing within it the whole of the divine, pointing out that it's through your emotions, not through your mind. Everything that I have, all my powers are from my, what they call clear senses, which means clear senses. My feelings. All that intuition and shit, I teach you, the mind isn't really useful only in, storing information. It's all from your emotions. All rivers flow to the sea, and your life river flows back into the divine source. Its path is sometimes smooth and sometimes turbulent, but while the water in a river changes constantly, it's still a river, great with the ripples of joy and sorrow, and momentarily mark its surface. Allow your spirit to flow, for it is love. Do not dam this eternal river with fear, greed, bitterness, and anger. The divine source is an infinite sea of compassion and encompasses all things. That's known, I spoke about that, that's the micro to the macro. It's like you are a sliver of the universe inside. But you haven't accessed that universal power because you're trying to use power to create an outside world through your mind. That's not how it works. Your mind's telling you no, but your body's telling you yes, right? When you work with your heart, that's where it all becomes real. But it's hard because you've turned off your heart. You work with logic, not with feelings. So in essence, I'm crazy and you're successful is what you think. Well, your success brings you no happiness, and I sit around, content. So where's the crazy here? We're both going towards the same goal, which is what? Peace. Right? Do you have peace? All right, peace be with you. Peace out. The cups represent emotions in the unconscious mind. The King of Cups balances emotions and logic to manifest kindness, love, and compassion towards his fellow beings. The King tells you you need emotional maturity to deal with whatever life throws at you. Explore your feelings. True to your principles. Trust your instincts. And don't be Be the calm one in a given situation and listen to everyone's viewpoint. Be considerate and empathetic. And that's in a moment of chaos. Are you going to just act chaotic with everybody else and then jump on the, jump ship? Whoever the bigger crowd of chaos, you're going to, pick sides in all this, or are you just going to sit back and watch everybody go crazy and just stay calm while all this is happening and know that it's going to blow over? You guys are acting stupid as fuck. You might be called upon to lend a shoulder to cry on or give good advice to a friend. This is a time when you might want to pursue a healing path or work for a charitable cause. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. That came earlier. I saw this post on my Google that said, Denver family homelessness has spiked 150% since 2022. And it's like, I'm part of a problem. And if I can find a way to fix my problem, I can find a way to fix everybody's problem. God made me part of a problem so I can find a solution to the problem he created. Right? And people didn't understand that. They don't, and I don't care. God put me in these places so I can find a way to save these people. He put me on ground zero, bro. And that's what Bobby says. I feel like you're the devil trying to convince me that the grass is greener in hell. He sees, you know what I mean? Being a homeless family and this and that. But God asked me to give up my career, my life, my music, all my security to be this. Why? People, so I can find a way to save these people, to endure with these people, to make these people my family, so I can find a way to help these families. I have a dream. I had a dream before this of how I could help these families. I was on a waiting list for 5 months before I got in. And until somebody leaves, they're bringing in new families and stuff here and there, but they only have so many spaces. I saw somewhere, what state was it? Maybe Chicago? That they were shutting down all their family shelters. They had taken hotels and turned them into family shelters like they do, and they're shutting down a bunch of them. I know you want to judge us parents, but does it matter to you that it's the kids that are suffering? I saw something this morning, my hands are in prayer, and it made me, I literally almost wanted to die. I called to God and to Pac. I said, Pac, can you do anything? I felt it. It was so horrible. There's a new family this morning. I live here. I know it is. I know new. This new couple walks out. It's a guy and a girl. He looks like he's 30. He looks like he's former meth head. Probably sold. Is what I get off of him. You know what I mean? She was just, one of his concubines that got pregnant. And so they're walking out. They're in regular street clothes. She has one little bag and they have a car seat. I'm walking Nana. I see him before they walk out, but then, I'm over there. And they walk past me. And the girl, who has obviously just had this baby, is carrying the car seat and waving it around, and it has no more than the little blanket from the hospital in it. The baby is fully exposed, wide awake, and looks straight at me. It's about 3 weeks old, and it's being literally swung around down the street. She's swinging this car seat as she's walking to go catch the bus. The man is 2 feet ahead of her. Big old burly ass fucking, you know what I mean, skinhead, white supremacist man is right in front of her, isn't carrying his child. This child looks up to me, and I just can see that its life is going to be so fucking difficult. Please, God, do something for that child. God said, it's my child. I was like, that's not good enough, God. Hawk, is there anything you can do? He can't. The child looked at me and knows, here we go, I'm here on Earth. He doesn't know what he has ahead of him, but I saw it. All they did was have sex, bro. And that man decided to stay by because he doesn't want to be called a bad father, but he's not a father. If he stays by, he gets to say that he's a good father, but here they are, homeless. You want to blame the parents, but the parents never grew up, guys. Nobody raised them. How the fuck do they know how to raise kids? They've been on the streets since they were kids, bro. That baby looked straight at me, bro. Eyes wide open as it was being dangled around. I want to do something to help these kids. I can't fully help the parents, bro. I'm fully aware of that. I can't. Not unless they're willing. But I can help the kids, bro. Where do they take all these kids that they take from these parents, right? You know what I mean? They put in foster homes or in the system. I want to build a system for these kids, bro. I'm not out here judging, but when the government comes in and has to take them, I want to rehabilitate them. My mom had a dream similar. I can't help the parents, bro. You can't teach an old dog new tricks, but we give them new memories, and we can give them a new way, and we can give them peace and understanding as to, love and compassion towards their parents that might be, absent during this time. They're gonna lose that child. You know that? I know that, guys. Just by the way they're starting, they're gonna lose that child. But where do all these babies go, I can't raise them all by myself, but if I get some good families, you know what I mean? And it says it takes a village to raise a child. And it's just as much as, the elderly that are out there and the disabled, bro. I want to help them. I want to spiritually rehabilitate people. But, it's about the next generation before they become, the next generation of problems. Like Kim Kardashian and Kanye West's children, bro. I want to rehabilitate them before they become the monsters their parents are. I want to catch fucking Bieber and Haley before they create a monster in their child. Some of them are too gone, I can't, you know what I mean? But my kids, I can teach them how to view, that's why my kids are so woke. I can teach them how to have that Christness in this world. So when they get older, that's what they're programmed with, all of these great teachings. You know what I mean? Spiritual teachings and understandings. You know what I mean? They're bred in it, dude. They're born of it. They're programmed in this kindness, this humility, this acceptance, this forgiveness. Otherwise, they're going to be damned by their experience, you know what I mean? They're going to live with, system kids. You already know. And those are the ones that grow up to be grow up to be institutionalized parents or, problem to our system. It's not anybody's fault, bro. It's not anybody's fault. It's just, what can we do to fix it? We don't need to point fingers. What can we do to fix it? Confirmation. God puts me in some really difficult positions. You know what I mean? As the dark goddess, and going back to Aradia, you know what I mean? She was a priestess that went to the poor, just like fucking Mother Cabrini. They, just like Jesus, they went to the poor and afflicted, and tried to help them. You know what I mean? That was Martin Luther King. That was, you know what I mean? All of them. I mean, I could go on and on and on. Kanye fucked up because he was trying to help people on his status. He had a good vision, but he was trying to save the people, his own people, instead of what God chose as just people. We don't choose who they are, just save whatever, reach one, teach one. Teach them to see, you know what I mean, to live differently, to view the world, and that goes back to your intentions, you know what I mean, to have a different view on the world, to inspire them to live differently, to think differently, to love differently. Damn, this broke my heart, and that's it, the tears. I feel this. I feel the calling on my heart. I feel the pain and suffering. I feel and believe that I can, with God's, you know what I mean, blessing and that fucking lottery that he says will come, that I can do these great wonders for him and his people. And in essence, they're my people. They're his. And as much as I look at you adults, you know what I mean, that guy, he can be my age. His skin says he's my age, but I look at him and I see that, you know what I mean? I see the broken part of him that's just trying to be a father and a respectable man and hold up a girlfriend and trying to hold his head up and not be ashamed of his life. He's just a child. Same as Marshall, same as Russ, same as fucking Lewis, same as Kanye. I don't see you the way you want us to see you. I see what the real you that's trying to pretend to be this person for the world. I don't blame you. Sometimes I shame you, but, I can't go and make anybody, I can't sit with every individual family and teach them how to be better parents, teach them what I've learned through my experience. But I can run parenting classes that anybody can be part of. Do you know what I mean? I can't go out and do certain things, but I can do something. And that's where, I have a dream. You might be called upon to lend a shoulder to cry on or give good advice. This is a time when you want to pursue healing or work for a charitable cause. I'm not working for me, I'm working for the divine. The King of Cups can represent a man in your life. I don't know who this guy is, so again, this is me embodying my King of Cups energy. Listen. I am sensitive and kind, diplomatic, helpful, and generous. The kind of person you would want near you in a crisis. As a boss, I will care for my employees, have them all working harmoniously towards a common goal. Stop there. I had to do, an assessment, and based on my assessment is why they scheduled me for, the interview. And it is a supervising position. It's a floating manager position. And that's because, based on my responses, and my application and resume, I care for my employees and have them all working harmoniously towards the common goal. As a priest, I will show genuine compassion and support. As a doctor, I will listen to my patients and actually care about healing them. However, I could equally be a musician, poet, mediator, diplomat, counselor, psychologist, spiritual teacher, or just a family friend, father, or grandfather. You're going to get all of that out of me. As a partner, I am loving, loyal, romantic, and protective. A strong family man who likes to spend time with my loved ones and friends. And that's me, because I had to be that too. I had to learn how to balance my masculinity, my mantality, my divine masculine energy, in order to walk in my divine feminine. Alright, reversed. You don't know what to think or feel about a relationship. Your emotions are all over the place, up one moment, down the next. That kind of happened with me and Marshall yesterday. I gotta be honest. What happened? The chat line opened for too many days, so I believe that he did it. I expected that it was going to close, and it didn't. So I kept sitting on the possibility that he opened this and he wants to have a connection. But then when I closed, I realized it was just my imagination once again, running away with me. In the essence, he didn't have no power. He wasn't ready to face me. He was just listening, which is always there, just intensive listening. And that was kind of a quick up and down. I wanted to get excited, and throughout the days, as the days were going by, I was like, you're doing this, right? You're trying to have a conversation with me? No. Douchebag. So that's where it was. I didn't want to get excited because I didn't want to get let down, and then I opened the conversation and it's closed. And that's what happened. Perhaps you found yourself in a demanding liaison where somebody is physically or emotionally depending on you, and you feel overwhelmed and trapped. I don't know, maybe. Be careful that your actions do not foster your partner's weakness, as this is not kindness. I know, I'm not holding up any relationships with you losers. If you don't know how to hold your fucking balls up and, pick up the phone, then I don't know, bro. I saw this moment. I literally phased out this moment. It's like, guys, no apology is necessary. Just live your life, bro. There's no apology necessary. Just do the fucking work and live your life. Make my fucking work worth it, okay? That's it. I forgive you. 100%. I can't hold on to any kind of pain because it just isn't useful. I forgive all of you for your lack, period. But going forward, realistically, what? An apology? You're going to come down the road, way down the road, and say, I'm sorry, you were right? I know, none of this is necessary, bro. Just go down your path, but do it right from everything I taught you how to do. Our paths no longer align, bro. I don't think they ever did. I just tried to align them. I'm quiet. I'm trying to look for words. There's nothing Allie could say, or Marshall could say, or fucking Bobby could say, or fucking Russ could say, or fucking Logic, or any of you motherfuckers could say to me, other than, I'm sorry. Okay, it's done. I forgive you. Now live your fucking life accordingly, and move on. You're not going to be the person to come help me to raise these babies. You're not going to be the person to do any of this type of work, because you don't care. You're not caring or compassionate about anything but the success of your own puny lives. And when you wake up one day, if you do, and realize, damn, I've been a selfish piece of shit, and I could have used this life to do great things. Instead, all I did was try to make myself better than other people. When that day comes, no apology is necessary, bro. Just act in it. Just act accordingly and go with everything I've ever given to you. Maybe it takes 15, 20, 25 years for this to sit in. When it finally happens, just do it. You never needed me to do it. And I never needed you to do what I do. Be careful that your actions do not foster your partner's weaknesses, as this is not a kindness. Take responsibility for your own situation and your own emotional state. You let me down. The longer I stay around you, the longer that it affects my emotional state. You're nothing but letdowns. And what is it going to take for me to look different upon you? When you actually take action. And that goes to you too, Wolfman. Nothing you can say means anything to me. You're repeating what somebody else wrote in a book. I'm a great reader here too. There's nothing authentic about what you do. You yourself are doing the same thing that all of them do. Trying to establish yourself as powerful among mankind. Be one of the kind. Be one of a kind with mankind. Go for that. But when you wake up, don't come to me, just do the work. And don't sit there with a fucking, you know what I mean, a camera on your face trying to make yourself fucking, you know what I mean, all powerful because you decided to face the fact that you're a piece of shit. Because the rest of us are doing that daily, and we don't need a fucking sympathy or a look at me. We just do it to be better. It's that Mamba mindset. And that's what it is. It's like, I'm not fostering your guys' your fucking weakness. I'm not feeling sorry for you, Allie. I'm gonna reject the shit out of you. I'm gonna make you feel rejection because you don't want to fucking deal with it. Same with all of you. You're gonna be rejected. And that's what I said. You're going to be rejected. All you ever wanted was to be accepted. You're going to be rejected. To feel the humiliation, you're going to feel all of this that you chose not to feel and tried to project as it wasn't real. You're going to feel this. And when it happens, don't come to me. Don't ask me to take care of your feelings when I've spent 3 years teaching you how. Don't ask me to make your life better when I spent 3 years to walk away from it. Don't blame me. Don't blame God. Don't blame nobody. Forgive them for they know not what they do. It does not apply to you. You have fully known what you were doing. Your karma is coming for you at the speed of light. The King of Cups reversed could be a person in your life, or it could be you. Is emotionally controlling, moody, and vindictive, and when he doesn't get his own way, makes you feel as though it's your fault rather than his. Alternatively, he could be once a kind and loving man whose problems have overwhelmed him to the extent that he is trying to escape them by using alcohol, drugs, and fantasies. That's what y'all do. Your imagination. Oh, Lord, what's the outcome? Me getting a job? Oh, ruined. You're ruined. I mean, what does this mean for me? All my relationships are ruined and I get to move on and, you know, not do this anymore with people. I have a full detachment. It comes and goes. But now I'm like, it's like the waves. It's like, I don't give a shit. I'm proud of I'm grateful for what I've done, no matter what comes from it. And when it doesn't come out the way I want, I know it was not what I did, but what you did. Going back to the Ten of Swords. I just want to point out that was the last card we read. I'm going to be picking up on the Knight of Swords in a little bit. I have to get my shit together. Wands. Swords. Alright, Princess of Swords is what I start with. Alright, the Ten of Swords represents a sudden and unexpected disaster. Whether this is a physical or mental illness, it relates to a relationship, betrayal, failed project, or other misfortune. It crushes you. It seems, this is your total projection for tomorrow. It could happen today. It seems as though all hope has been snatched away. You have hit rock bottom. However, the worst has happened, and waiting and speculation are over. And this can bring a sense of relief. endings in the tarot, and all endings are new beginnings. Birth. It might not feel like it, but you have reached a turning point. This is a final, the darkest hour before the dawn. Well, I just want to point out these are the darkest days before the new moon. The new moon is on the 27th, 26th. So yeah, you got some dark days ahead. Reverse meaning, the Ten of Swords reverse shows that the terrible burdens that have afflicted you are beginning to lift. I'm filling in a 10 of coins, to be honest. I feel like it's a jackpot day. This may be a slow process, but know that you have survived the worst, and the worst is behind you, if you want it to be. You will have to act upon this happen. You will have to act to make this happen. However, or the relief will be temporary. You must want to help yourself, and it involves stop thinking of yourself as a victim. Victim mentality. Special victims unit, are you? Hey, God, give me the happy snappy. Happy snappy. Thank you. That's the card of Sagittarius, the Eight of Wands. It's also about love and taking action towards the things you desire. I'm hopeful. And the essence is I'm hopeful. You know, if God wants me to have this, then he'll give it to me. If not, he just wants me to have something to focus on today. What do I see? We're gonna run your background check, and then we'll go from there, is what I see this ending as. Why? Why not? Why not? I don't know. And then what? I don't know. Where am I supposed to go from here? I told you I got a lot of shit to do today. So we're taking action. What happens if we take that action, God? Oh. People are going to be defeated by us. Ew. I guess this is what happens if you don't take action. Fuck. Those are harsh. You're going to be really fucking sad and really fucking burned out. These are sad-ass cards. If you don't take action. What if you do? I don't even have to stick it out. Yep. Why? Is that the Queen and King of Cups? This is going to be a hard weekend for y'all. Me? Not so much. I feel like I'm coming out of it. I'm at the beginning. So I'm just starting. You guys are going through some hard shit. Yeah, going back to you. Yeah, Wolfman, you can read the cards if you're honest with yourself and realize where you stand in this. And stop projecting it onto someone else. If you say this is me, and I can show you this is me, and this is me, and this is me, and this is my situation, and this is what's going on. Why? Because I don't read the cards for anyone but myself. I do collective readings only to the fact that you're going to take this collective information and hopefully apply it in your life. But ultimately, I don't think you're keeping up with me and facing sacrifices and accords and fucking trials, tribulations, rites and rituals and fucking ascensions weekly. I don't think so, but I teach you how to do such things. How to, you know what I mean? Literally, how to, and it's a how-to. And I teach you all the mysticism and shit, where it all comes from and what you can do after you've done it. You can't do any of the magical shit I do until you do the physical shit, which is what? Dealing with your fucking memories and your emotions, your repressed, you know what I mean? Thoughts and emotions. That's where all the power comes from. So like that, it's like walking away. Yeah, this is gonna hurt, but this has got to be, you got to really do it. And in order to fully begin like that, for me to have a full beginning, that means I had a full ending. I'm fully done with this. I am fully done with this. I am not doing this a fucking again. I have fully learned my fucking lesson. Have you though? I think I have. And that's where we'll find out come Mercury retrograde in a couple weeks' time. Are you going to go back to your old ways? We'll see. Let's see if I can overcome this shit this time. Which is what? For me. Old thought patterns. Thinking you're going to do something different when clearly you're not. Most of our fucking problems are the way we think about life. We're always so fucking hopeful. We lie to ourselves, bro. We tell ourselves whatever we need to tell ourselves to get through the day, and that's what I said. God told me that I'm, you know what I mean? He told me to, a possibility of getting a job today. That made me perk up. Yesterday was like, oh, Marshall wants to talk to you. That made me perk up. But when the truth comes, you just move on. What is it to me? I don't care. I'm going to be loved no matter what. I don't care, guys. is. I mean, in the essence, it's like, it's as long as I don't watch you suffer, then I don't feel your suffering. I don't have to suffer with you. That's it. Out of sight, out of mind. You know what I mean? As far as my healing, I can get that anywhere. I really can. And the whole point of reflecting it back to you assholes is so that you could catch this healing. I can do it with anyone, though. I can make any situation an experience because I am a healer. I can take a dark situation and make light out of it. I don't have to spend all my time and energy in your guys' dark-ass lives, you know, alchemizing your dark experiences and making light out of it. How about we turn off the light and you sit with your own darkness, and I'll go shine light on other people's darkness. Because everybody has the same darknesses. There's nothing special about your darkness. Only the way that you know what I mean, try to hide it. I love the way you lie is what I heard. It doesn't matter. How you handle it, how it consumes you, how you fake it, all of that, that's not real. What's real is how you face it, how you overcome it, how you speak of it, and what do you use it for later. You know, so, whatever. Doesn't really bother me. I mean, when the sense of, I know there's nobody like me, I don't care. Here comes Pac, me against the world. I mean, I'm not looking for something, because it doesn't exist. I am the something that I'm looking for, and I just enjoy, you know, my own presence. There's nothing outside of me that's, you know, there's nothing better than me. And it's not a prideful thing, it's just, you know, as far as time spent, energy spent. The time I spend with myself is far more valuable than any time I would spend outside of myself with any of you. So in the essence, it's like, what am I craving? I'm craving what? A challenge in getting to understand you and deal with all of your negative, dark traits to make a friend out of somebody that's absolutely not friendly, kind, loving, forgiving, generous, understanding, compassionate, patient. All of those things, the things of Christ, the things of light, is what it takes to be a friend with me, because I've been through a dark life and I need that kind of friendship. But I give what I get, you know, I give what I need, you know, what I shall receive. And that's it. I'm not giving you all this greatness and getting all this darkness back from you. No, you stay in your darkness, turn off the lights, and let you see what you've created for yourself. I will go into the light and see what I've created for myself, and then we'll circle back, circle jerkers. With that being said, I will catch you guys later. We'll finish up Intro to Tarot Part 10. We will finish up your state of mind. Alright? Laters, haters.